Malaysia, Singapore, and the Philippines. Welcome all. Yeah, we're delighted to have you here for this exciting webinar titled Cairns Unveiled, where reef adventures meet rainforest mysteries. So my name is Darshana, and I'll be your host for today's session. Can we move on to the next slide? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So a little credit before we get this all started. What makes TDU strong isn't just our 10 plus years in Australia and New Zealand. It's our people with 40 plus team members across Australia, New Zealand, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and the Philippines. We work really very closely across the region to deliver seamless support with both local expertise and global reach. Moving on to the next slide. We've got a fantastic lineup of speakers for you today. So I'd just like to quickly introduce all of them here. So we've got Nerida Meakin, Business Development Manager from Skyrail Rainforest Cableway. We've got Nikki Gemelli, Sales Manager, India, Cairns Adventure Group. We've got Brian Hennessy, Manager, Trade and Strategic Partnership, Sunlover Hotel, Sunlover Cruises. And we've got Ben Woodward, Director of Sales and Marketing, the Capture Group. And finally, Sam Sakamoto, the Asia Sales and Marketing Manager from Tourism, Tropical North Queensland. Welcome to each one of you, and thank you for taking the time to be with our audiences today. Next slide, please. This typically is what we do as a usual practice to just show the growth coming out of our individual markets, talk about India, Singapore, Malaysia. It's been great going so far. If you see the right-hand column, the far right, it's all positive. So thank you so much to each one of our trade partners for doing that consistent good work, sending great arrivals over to Australia. Thank you. Okay. Do we have Sam right now, or are we beginning with Nerida first? Sorry, just give us a second.
Yes, I'm ready.
Sure. Yeah, Sam, just before I actually hand it over to you, I'd just like to share some housekeeping rules. So for our audiences, if you have any questions during the session, please feel free to drop them in the chat box at any point of time. You can see the Q&A or the chat box, rather, the Q&A box or the chat function. Just keep adding as many questions as you think you've got across the presentation sessions that we'll be covering today. We will, towards the end, address them after all the sessions are done. The session obviously is being recorded, and the recording and the presentation deck will be shared with you after the webinar. So without wasting any more time, I'm going to hand it over to you, Sam. Please take us through. Thank you.
Thank you, Darshana. Okay, namaste and kumusta, selamat sujifra, selamat datang, and selamat siang. So, hello everyone. My name is Sam Sakamoto. I'm from Tourism Togo, North Queensland. And I'd like to say thank you to the Darshana, Amelia, and the team Tado Dawanda Tours, Tado Dawanda, to provide us the great opportunity to showcase our beautiful region to the important our business partners. So we have 4 leading companies will be presenting after myself. So at the end of the webinar, you'll be the expert of the Cairns and Great Barrier Reefs. Next, my slide, please, if it's ready. Oh, okay, it comes to Skyler. So,
I think we can skip through, yeah, and yeah.
Yep. So I think my slides are very back.
Yeah. So Sam, is it okay if we've got Skyrail presenting first, just following the order? Is that all right?
Yeah, it's totally up to you.
Thank you. Narita, over to you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for giving us your very valuable time today. And I echo Sam's sentiment. Thank you very much to Dashna and the wonderful team at TDU. You've been key partners of our beautiful region for a very long time. And thank you for this opportunity to obviously have a chat to our beautiful key partners in all of Southeast Asia and India, Malaysia, Indonesia, and probably many that I have missed. So I do apologise. Singapore. But yeah, thank you for your time. I look forward to sharing with you a little bit about SkyRail. We are iconic in a lot of itineraries that are coming to our beautiful region. We are a family-owned and operated business, and we're designed to give customers an opportunity to see and experience some of the oldest tropical rainforest in the world without having an impact. So unlike other ski lifts that are around the world where they've carved a path and taken all of the trees, they didn't actually build us like that. They built us tower by tower, doing very minimal damage to the forest. So as a result, we are Master EarthCheck certified, and obviously it takes sustainability very, very seriously as it's something that's in our DNA. Next slide, please. Now, what makes our little part of the world so very special is that you do have those two World Heritage areas side by side. The beautiful Great Barrier Reef that my lovely colleague Brian Hennessy is going to talk to you about in great detail. And obviously the World Heritage listed wet tropics rainforests, which are truly, truly magical areas. David Attenborough described this little part of the world as one of the most botanically fascinating places on the planet. Next slide, please. And this is a little bit more about our sustainability credentials, being that it is something that we are so very passionate about. Next slide, please. So what is SkyRail Rainforest Cableway? Well, we are a beautiful cableway that take you 7.5 kilometres over some beautiful rainforest canopy. You'll quite literally start your journey in either Smithfield and Kuranda and glide blissfully above some amazing views. You'll first come to one of our mid stations called Red Peak, where you'll hop off and have a look around. Then from there, you'll head on to our second stop, which is Barron Falls, and then glide beautifully into a little village called Kuranda. Next slide, please. Now, the most popular way to do a Kuranda day tour is to do one-way SkyRail Rainforest Cableway and one-way with the Kuranda Scenic Railway. Now, the best way to be able to package this up is with our key partners like the Captor Group that you're actually going to hear from the lovely Ben Woodward a bit later on. They package it all together for you, including transfers to and from your Cairns hotel accommodation. But we definitely recommend doing those tours where you do go one way in either direction. It doesn't honestly matter if you go start your journey at Smithfield and head up to Kuranda and come down with the train, or vice versa. We do recommend it for families. It is very appropriate for honeymooners. It's also, multi-generational families, honeymooners, really anybody actually. The rainforest is a beautiful experience that is a choose your own adventure. So you get a chance to be able to experience things at your own pace. Next slide, please. So there's some of the beautiful views that you get to experience from the cableway, which are completely uninterrupted. Now, location-wise, we're very easy to get to, so only 15 minutes from the Cairns city and 50 minutes from Port Douglas, if you do have any guests that are staying up in Port Douglas. We have the capacity to also move MICE groups, so if you do have any groups that are coming from a MICE perspective, we can move about 700 guests in an hour. And we're open daily between 8:45 till about 5:30 in the afternoon. Next slide, please. Beautiful. So how long does the experience take? We do always very much recommend that you do put 90 minutes into an itinerary because we are really wanting them to get the maximum value for money. The first stop at Red Peak is definitely worth hopping off and having a look around, and I'll show you some more pictures in just a moment. Then you head on to Barron Falls from there and then into Kuranda. So we do definitely recommend that you do put that amount of time in to be able to give customers a chance to see and experience the rainforest, not only from above, but also from the forest floor. but you do get those beautiful views like you can see behind from the Barren Falls, from the gondolas too, which is really amazing. Next slide, please. Beautiful. And this is our wonderful Red Peak. Now you come down into the forest floor at Red Peak and you get a chance to experience that environment up close and personal. We offer complimentary Aussie Ranger guided tours at Red Peak. The rangers are on hand to answer any questions that the guests have. They explain the environment to the customers and they point out plants and animals and things that you would honestly have walked straight past otherwise. We've got some beautiful living dinosaurs at Red Peak. There's some wonderful trees that are over 450 years old, and the rangers really capture that how special that environment is, and obviously why rainforest environments are so very special. The tours as well go for about 20 minutes and they run every half an hour and they're completely free. So we do want you to do them, obviously, to make sure that you're maximising that value for your customers. And we often hear to families and people having chats to rangers, and it's a very, very much a valued part of the experience. Next slide, please. And the next stop is Barren Falls, where we've got the beautiful Edge Lookout. At Edge Lookout, it's a completely self-paced stop. So you hop off, spend as long as you'd like, obviously take in those breathtaking views of that beautiful Barren Gorge area from there. Next slide, please. We also pride ourselves on being an accessible experience. So we are a fantastic activity for multi-generational families. We can most certainly make grandparents feel very welcome. We also can definitely help anybody that has any accessibility requirements. We do have wheelchairs available, and we also have the ability to be able to stop and slow the cableway to be able to help anybody on and access as they would like. Next slide, please. Beautiful. And we currently have a fantastic upgrade option called the Diamond View. Now, this particular product is very popular with the honeymoon market, as it does have a wonderful glass floor. So it gives you that perspective of like a bird looking down onto the canopy beneath you. So we do always recommend that you do pre-book this product prior to arrival, as it is very popular. Thank you. And last but not least, some very exciting news. Over the next 18 months, we're progressively going to go through some upgrades of the cableway. So you will see some changes to some of the communications and things that we are sending out just around when we are operational. I can assure you that all of our key partners like the Captor Group are very across all of this information, and they'll absolutely have alternative options for you in times where we do have some modified operations. But we're very much looking forward to continuing to deliver you a beautiful guest experience. The new gondolas are spacious. Technically speaking, they will take 8 customers, but we are still going to keep capacity to 6, just to be able to obviously welcome customers in comfort. They are also offer floor to ceiling glass, so you will have a lot more panoramic views available over the rainforest, and it also is a very economic whisper quiet drive station. So it will be a big project that will be undertaken over a few years, but we're very much looking forward to sharing with you as this does progress. But as I said, please feel free to reach out to the TDU team. They are absolutely across the information as well, obviously, and our key partners in Captor and also Tourism Tropical North Queensland, or feel free to keep in touch. Thank you so much for your time, everybody. I really, really appreciate it.
Thanks, Narita. That was wonderful, yeah. Such an inspiring way to actually kickstart our session. Can I now call upon Sam to please continue with his slides? Thank you.
All right, hi again. Yes, so Cairns City has a fantastic air access from all major cities in Australia, as well as the flight from Denpasar, Singapore, and the winter seasonal flight from Hong Kong. Next, please. And Singapore airline flight is quite popular and handy. So its flight time is only a little over 6 hours, operating 1, 3, 5, and 7. And most of the major cities in India have a direct connection in the same day. And to the other cities in Australia, SQ flights also have a fantastic connection in both inbound and outbound. Next, please. Yeah, and the next one, please. Yeah, thank you. And Cairns International Airport, a beautiful airport, has two terminals. And each terminal you can walk by about 5 minutes. And Cairns City is only 10 minutes from the airport. So if your customer left his passport to the hotel, he can always go back and pick it up. So it's easy access, and it's a quite compact city. So everything in the walking distance. So all the major hotels, marina, restaurants, cafes, shopping centers, supermarkets, convention center, casino, even chemist warehouse. I love Singaporean people love the chemist warehouse. And next slide, please. I show you some hotels in the Cairns City. So this is called the Lady Bailey Flynn under the brand called Crystal Book Collections. So there are paperless, cashless hotel, and they are also very sustainable hotels where 80% of their ingredients are sourced within 3 hours, 3 hours of the hotels. So lots of other hotels in Leicester do the same. Next slide, please. And Shangri-La on the left, so they are located right in front of the marina where goes to the Great Barrier Reef tours. The photo shows Horizon Club. It has high ceilings and also huge balcony, so recommended for the honeymoon couples. Hilton Groups has two properties in city, Hilton and also Doubletree by Hilton Cairns. In the Doubletree, there's a fantastic Indian chef. It's great for the Indian group to do some special dinner functions. Hilton is also planned to open a new hotel in Palm Coast Beach by February next year. So Palm Coast Beach is located about half an hour north of Cairns City. And Sheraton Grand, it's very popular for high-end customers and VIPs as well as mass market. The Sheraton is located in Port Douglas, which is about 60 minutes drive north of Cairns City. And Cairns has a two World Heritage. So one is a 130 million years old rainforest, as well as 2,300 kilometers long of Great Barrier Reef. So it's a city of green and blue. Next slide, please. And your customer, every single customer in Cairns should do these 6 hero experiences, which is Great Barrier Reef, rainforest, meet the animals, scenery, and the dining, as well as talking to the local people. Next, please. To the Great Barrier Reef, there's a lot of place to go, and one is the island. So Fitzroy Island, Green Island, it's easy access. You can do half-day experiences, full-day experiences. There's accommodation, so you can stay overnight. It's easy, and it's great for the people, even there on the wheelchair or taking a pram. It's very handy place to go. Next slide, please. And for those who are willing to see the beautiful coral and tropical fish, we recommend to go to outer reefs like a more reef. So the Great Barrier Reef can be enjoyed not only from the underwater, but also from the air, and also even without getting wet. So there's so many options are available. And Brian, I'm sure he will cover all of this. Next, please. The other rainforest is the other World Heritage is the rainforest, and Kuranda is a very popular. So it's a small rainforest village within easy reach of Cairns City. Taking a ride through or over the rainforest is very popular, such as Skydive Cableway or Army Duck or Scenic Ride, as Nerida mentioned already. Next one, please. Mossman River Daintree area is also another place where you can stroll through the ancient rainforest. Wide variety of experiences and tours can be enjoyed in small groups and also FYTs. So Nikki and Ben is a expert in this area. Next, please. It's not only just a kangaroo or koalas, so meet some of the unique animals found only in the Cairns region. The blue butterfly in the middle, for example, the Ulysses butterfly, it says to bring happiness if you see it 3 times in a day. And they also said if one lands on your shoulder, on the head, you will be a super, super rich. So I'm still waiting for that. And Ben is also expert on this area. And in 2025, one of the global trend is a stargazing. So Cairns is a very great place to enjoy that. There are also many other sites that your customers don't see in their normal lives. Next, please. A treasure trove of experiences from the 1 hour or half day, full day, or even 2 days trip. So from river tubing, which is open to children as young as 5, to trip to experience First Nations indigenous experiences, soft adventure to extreme adventure. It's so many options available in Cairns region. So Nikki and Ben will cover this part, I think. Next slide. Yeah, next one, please. Thank you. Okay, and all the restaurants and the cafes offer both indoor and outside seating. Enjoy a meal under the blue sky with a view of the ocean, beach, and the rainforest. It's a wonderful experiences. So the vegetarian option is also available, and some companies can cater the Indian buffet for the groups. Kitchen access could be arranged by the Pullman Cairns International and also Novotel Oasis. Next slide, please. Thank you. In addition to the many experiences, so Cairns is known so very warm and warm people and hospitality. So we welcome the tourists all the time. So there's no problem to travel around the Cairns region. Next slide, please. Okay, so let's think about why Cairns. Okay, next one, please. Because it's safe. So as you can see, the Cairns is a very safe destination. Next slide, please. And I like to emphasize a few things, but most important things for us, at the end of the day, we are all here for the business. So increase the sales and increase the profit is quite important for us. In our region, we have 2,500 bookable product. So more you recommend to your customers, customers have opportunity to purchase the optional tours, upsell product. So please do recommend and share your knowledge and introduce as many products as you can to your customers. So please remember, Cairns is a profitable destination for your business. Next slide, please. We have lots of unique offsite events, and we also have a funding support is available. If you have 150 passengers or more, so please contact me and I will reach out. Our business event team will reach out to you. Next slide, please. Lastly, I'd like to show you the sample itinerary. So that's a 5 days itinerary. So one day definitely in the city experiences, and can combine like some short experiences such as museum, aquarium, or jet boat. One day definitely rainforest experiences, and the one day Great Barrier Reef, and the one day other adventure optional tours, or you can relax or go shopping. So leave one day free and the sale options. Everybody wants to do something different. So we recommend 4 nights, 5 days itinerary. And there are a lot of other locations, a lot of other experiences I can't cover in these slides. But so please come and visit us, and also please send your customer as many as you can. So thank you so much for the Tato Dawanda and the team. Dhanyawad, Shukriya, Salamat, and terima kasih.
Lovely, Sam. Thank you so much. Truly aspirational. May I now call upon Ben to please continue with his presentation. Thank you.
Hello there, and thank you both Nerida and Sam for getting the ball rolling. So onto the next slide. I'm here to talk about my family business, the Capta Group. So started by my parents in 1976. We'll be celebrating 50 years next year. We've expanded from one attraction being Rainforest Station Nature Park to a number of different wildlife parks in the region, as well as Tropic Wings as our coach touring company. So obviously our attractions have strong appeal across, I guess, multi-generational travelers and different demographics. Obviously the two icons of our region, the rainforest and the wildlife, the rainforest and the Great Barrier Reef. Our experiences really focus on the rainforest aspects and really incorporate both wildlife experiences and also Indigenous culture. So on to the next slide. Firstly, I'll talk through a bit about Tropic Wings, our coach company. So we are one of the longest operating coach operators in the region, offering a number of day tours, which I will go into more detail on. But we also have our fleet of coaches available for groups and private charters as well. So we are doing a lot of the group movements for Turtle Down Under across the region. Next slide, please. Something we're very proud of is we've led the way in sustainability in the region and across Australia, being the first operator to implement electric vehicles as part of our fleet, being used for both day tours and those charter transfers as well. So varying 13 vehicles varying from 11 to 57 seaters. So that's something that we're very proud of. Moving on to the next slide. Following on from that, something very exciting and new that we've just launched is our private exclusive tours. So this is exclusive touring for up to 6 people. So perfect for that high-end client, small family or a couple who are looking for those private and exclusive experiences. So all modern features in our electric vehicle combi van. You can see some of the pictures there, complete with a glass roof. So we have a number of different itineraries available here across the region that you can select for your guests. Moving on to the next slide. I'll talk through now, though, our Kuranda day tours, which tend to be the most popular in our collection. Nerida's obviously already touched on Skyrail Rainforest Cableway, which is, as she said, an essential inclusion in a Kuranda tour. So we have a number of different Kuranda day tour options, really suitable for anyone's different desires or needs. So obviously those tours that include either Skyrail and Kuranda Scenic Railway, the train, and offering a combination of free time in the Kuranda village. But we also have a number of options of coach one way to Kuranda and Skyrail return, or coach one way and train return. So obviously through that upgrade period that Nerida was talking about, we will still have Kuranda 2 options available as we do throughout the year. On to the next slide. Kuranda tours, though, also include a number of combinations with our own attractions as well. So Rainforest Station Nature Park, which, as I mentioned earlier, the first attraction my family started up. And I guess what works really well with Rainforest Station in a Kuranda itinerary is that it covers 3 different experiences in the region. So the most iconic being the Army Duck Rainforest Tour. So these amphibious vehicles take you through the rainforest on both land and water on a 45-minute tour. So it's a really educational and fun experience for people of all ages to learn more about the rainforest and its plants and animals. Moving on to the next slide. Further than the Army Duck Tour, we also have the Pamagiri Aboriginal Experience. So this is really giving visitors insight into the Indigenous culture of the region. So as part of Pamagiri Experience, we have a dance performance in a rainforest amphitheatre, which, as you can see there, that rainforest backdrop behind the stage. a number of different performances to live didgeridoo and clapsticks. Moving on to the next slide. Also within the Pamagiri Dreamtime Walk, we have essentially the opportunity to learn with your guide different aspects of Aboriginal culture. So boomerang throwing and didgeridoo playing and spear throwing. So that experience goes for about half an hour in combination with the dance performance, which also goes for half an hour. But moving on to the next slide. But a new experience we've recently launched is giving guests more insight into Indigenous culture with a one-on-one interaction with the Pamagiri guide. So for small FIT groups, this takes place as a Rainforest walkabout. So groups of up to 12 will have this personal time with the Pamagiri guide to really learn from them their own story and their own connection to culture. So they talk through the First Nations of Australia and talk about where they are descended from and what traditions have been passed on down to them. We found this has been really popular experience in recent years. So we have also adapted it to the Yarning Circle experience, which is for larger groups and group series. So covering the same content, but obviously seated in the amphitheatre as opposed to going on a walk through the rainforest. On to the next slide. Finally, the other experience we have at Rainforest Station is the Koala and Wildlife Park. So here we have all the iconic Australian animals that people want to see when they come to our country. So we've got kangaroos and wallabies, dingoes, and also Tasmanian devils, as you can see here, but also the iconic Australian koala. So we have a number of different experiences available to our guests around photo and interactions as well. So obviously those are optional experiences for day tour passengers on Tropic Wings. Moving on to the next slide. Also have a fantastic restaurant at Rainforest Station. So a barbecue lunch is included in the day. But moving on to the next slide, we do also have an Indian buffet supplement available to groups at a minimum of 20 packs. So that can be available on request for groups. But I guess this gives you an idea of what we can offer at Rainforest Station in regards to mice groups as well. We do have a lot of mice business, specifically evening functions as well. And I do have a dedicated member of my team that can assist with putting those experiences together. On to the next slide. And another attraction we have in Kuranda is the Australian Butterfly Sanctuary. So as Sam suggested earlier, it's the largest butterfly sanctuary in the Southern Hemisphere. Thousands of the local species of butterflies are fluttering around like the bright green and yellow Cairns birdwing that you see there. So this is a great attraction that can be included in our Kuranda itineraries as well. We recommend guests spend approximately 45 minutes at the Butterfly Sanctuary with guided tours and presentations throughout the aviary. On to the next slide. So yes, as I said, guided tours and also behind the scenes into our laboratory to learn about the breeding process and life cycle of the butterflies as well. Next slide. So we do have, as I said, a huge range of Kuranda tour options, depending on what clients are looking for. More premium tours with more inclusions. Guests who might have more of an interest specifically in Indigenous culture. We have the Dreamtime Kuranda tour. Another tour which works really well for the Indian market is our Express Kuranda tour. So that's looking at a later departure and the experience at Rainforest Station, as well as transfer back down as well. So as I said, huge range of tours to choose from depending on what your guests are looking for. Next slide. We also operate tours up to Cape Tribulation and the Daintree. So Cape Tribulation is located 2.5 hours further north of Cairns. So our tours up to Cape Tribulation include a visit to Cape Tribulation Beach, rainforest walks taken through by your guide, pointing out the different plants and animals of the rainforest. Also a Daintree River cruise, spotting crocodiles in the wild on the journey as well. On to the next slide. Recently, we've also launched tours to Daintree and Mossman Gorge, so not continuing on up to Cape Tribulation. So Mossman Gorge is located very close to Port Douglas, a short 15-minute drive. And the concept behind this tour is it's just slightly a shorter day for guests. So obviously we have both of these tour options available to choose from, and with similar inclusions are out, but a focus on the Mossman Gorge on this one. On to the next slide. We also have included in our Cape Tribulation and Mossman Gorge tours another one of our attractions called the Wildlife Habitat, which is located in Port Douglas. So Port Douglas, a small town 1 hour north of Cairns. And I guess, yeah, Wildlife Habitat is a particularly unique wildlife park because you don't see animals in cages as such, like a traditional zoo. This is what it looks like in there. These boardwalks taking you through different environments which have been recreated, and the opportunity to see animals exhibiting natural behavior in these different environments. So you can see across the top there some of the icons again, but some unusual animals quite unique to our region. In the top left corner, you've got the cassowary, and next to that, the Lumholtz tree kangaroo. So very unique species to the wet tropics region of Cairns and the Great Barrier Reef. On to the next slide. Some of the experiences that we have at Wildlife Habitat. So obviously it is a popular attraction for guests to visit on a self-drive basis. Aside from obviously it being included in our own tours, we do have breakfast with the birds. So that's a great way to start the day. Great food and the interaction of bird life displayed by guides, as well as the opportunity to get up close to the koalas as well. On to the next slide. We also offer a number of private experiences called Your Wildlife Habitat. So this is where you will have your own wildlife keeper for 1.5 hours, taking you through some of the different environments and learning more about the different species we have. But further than that, also learning about the role we play in wildlife conservation. So as part of these tours, you go into our Tropical Animal Rehabilitation Centre, or TARC, which is where we have a lot of sick, injured or orphaned animals brought in by the public, which our wildlife keepers are working on to rehabilitate and then release back into the wild. So this really gives you an idea on the role that we play in the conservation of different native species. On to the next slide. We do also have Your Wild Night Habitat, recently launched as a private experience by nighttime. So similar concept, except obviously you're walking through and seeing the nocturnal habitats by torchlight and enjoying a twilight supper as well. So on to next slide. We also have a fantastic experience for the adventurous called Swim with the Salties. So this is in our Croc Arena, where we have, I guess, wildlife keeper first talking through the different habits and hunting habits of this predatory species. But the guests that are engaging in the Swim with the Salties have the unique experience of submerging themselves underwater. But there's a catch. You are separated by 8-centimeter perspex. So completely safe experience. There's no risk of the crocodile getting through that thick perspex to get to you, but giving you an incredible perspective of the crocodiles up close and personal. On to the next slide. Just to mention, we also have recently purchased a local tour taking in the Cairns city sites and surrounds. So this is a small group, half-day tour, again, perfect for guests arriving morning or towards lunchtime who are looking for half-day activities. Also, we have already packaged this up with a number of other half-day operators as well. So yeah, a great new tour that we've recently taken on. On to the next slide. And finally, just another attraction we have recently opened in the last couple of years, Cairns Koalas and Creatures. So this is an attraction we have located at the pier which is connected to the Shangri-La Hotel, the Pier Shopping Centre. And here we have a wildlife park giving you the opportunity to see koalas up close alongside a number of other species as well. So you've got the opportunity for koala photos there, but you're really having a good introduction to the region at Cairns Koalas and Creatures, the different landscapes and wildlife across the tropical north, and also learning about conservation, wildlife conservation in the process too. So a great activity just again for, a half day or CBD morning or afternoon of exploring. And I believe that I've got one more slide of some of the wildlife. There we go. So more of the species you can see at Cairns Koalas and Creatures. Otherwise, I think you've heard enough from me. I'll pass on to the next team member.
Well done. Thank you. Those are some wide and diverse array of experiences there. Amazing. Thank you. Can I now call upon Nikki to continue on this exciting journey to Cairns? Yeah, Nikki, over to you.
Thank you, and thanks so much for the team at Turtle Down Under as well for supporting this particular event. Great to see so many industry partners plugged in and online. Wish I could see you all in person, but fantastic destination here up in tropical North Queensland. We all love it for a reason. We all call it home. Everybody that you can see on this screen here calls tropical North Queensland their home. Beautiful destination, all nature-based. The activities that I'm going to talk to you about from the Cairns Adventure Group have the philosophy of adventures for everyone. So there's something in our group of activities that's going to suit your guests. And there's lots of options for short, sharp tours and also full day tours as well. So when you're thinking about itinerary planning, we've got lots of things that you might put into your reef and rainforest experiences that we complement. And so I'll go to the next slide and start to talk to you about what we've actually got on offer. Next slide, please. So you can see here a slide from the Cairns Adventure Group. The Cairns Adventure Group is family owned and operated, based up here in tropical North Queensland. And we play in lots of different areas in the destination, from the rivers right through to the rainforest as well. And again, as I mentioned, that philosophy of adventures for everyone. So we have adventures for people of different ages, different interests, and we also have a lot of accessible tours as well in the portfolio of touring options that we have. Next slide, please. So the first one I'm going to talk about is actually our rafting experience. And I think this might be a bit of a video, so I'm not sure if you're able to play it at the same time just while I'm speaking. But up here in Cairns, rafting is an amazing adventure. It's over 30 years old, this product, and actually based on the Barron River, which is only 20 minutes out of the CBD from Cairns. This tour runs every afternoon and it's suitable for ages 12 plus with grades 2 and 3 rapids. So it's all fully guided, great for FIT, but also great for groups as well. We can take up to 60 guests on the river at one time. People often ask me, do I need to be able to swim to go rafting? And for our Barron River adventure, the answer is that you don't need to be able to swim, but you do need to be that age 12 plus and be in good health, so fit and healthy. Because it's guided, our guides are very, very well equipped with making sure safety is the focus. And then you get out on this amazing river for about an hour and a half. And it's not all intense river rapids for the entire time. We do have some really exciting rapids, but we also have lots of moments where you can just stop and enjoy the amazing scenery as well. We have coaches within the company, so we do the pickups for you, both from Cairns and the northern beaches. And we also have pickups available if your guests are staying in Port Douglas. So rafting is one big part of the options that we present. Let's go to the next slide, please. And I'll keep going. That's it. That's me on the front of the raft there. I always put this one in because I'm, middle-aged. I love adventure. But, people ask how challenging is it? I think it's a really good level of challenge. So it's really exciting and fun, but I felt safe the entire time and I really got to enjoy the experience as well. So it's something that I really, really loved. And it shows that if I can do it, there's lots of people that maybe have a mid-range appetite for adrenaline. They can do it as well. Next slide, please. If you want something that's a little bit more relaxed, or maybe you've got a multi-generational family or some younger children that are traveling, we have a great option called river tubing on the rivers that are south of Cairns. And there's a few different rivers that we'll go and utilise depending on the weather conditions. This one is a little Mulgrave here. So this is a bit like being on a lazy river. It's not as intense as rafting. It's great if you want to just relax a little bit more. And it's also great for people that are not confident swimmers, because if you fall out of these tubes, you just stand up and get back in. It's all fully guided, and we have FIT departures in the morning and the afternoon. But again, we can take up to 60 people at a time. So it's great for those group touring options also. Next slide, please. This is a bit of a video. So again, I'll just press play if that's okay. So again, our coaches can pick up from hotels around the destination. We go down through the beautiful cane fields that line Cairns. So even going down to these rivers that are about 35 or 40 minutes south of Cairns is a bit of an adventure. And then we get out on the river. We have time for playing. We have time for fun in nature, time for lots of photos, time for laughter. It's a really fantastic experience. I took my children out there when they were very young and we had an amazing day. These tours, both the rafting and the tubing, operate all year round. So they operate in a bit of rainy weather and also nice sunny weather too. It doesn't really matter. It's a perfect all year round activity. Next slide, please. We also operate jet boating from the Cairns Marlin Marina. So that's where all the reef boats depart from. But instead of heading out into the ocean, we're going out on the Trinity Inlet, which is a river system that sits behind Cairns. It's all mangrove lined. It's absolutely stunning. And most days we're out there by ourselves, as you can see from this image. So people often ask me, there's jet boating all around the world. What makes this product different? Well, Bad Fishy is 35 minutes out in this amazing natural environment, exploring. And it's right on the doorstep of Cairns. And as we come back into the marina, you also get to see the CBD as well. So it's that combination of playing out in nature and also getting the CBD experience as well. Just the next slide, please. It's wonderful for all markets. So lots of markets love this product. It's so much fun. You go out there for a short amount of time, but it's a really intense amount of time. Again, a lot of people say, well, it's only 35 minutes. Why is it so short? It's like being on a roller coaster on the water, but you're doing sightseeing, we're playing the music, we are having a party. It's just so much fun. And it's a great tour that you can fit into an arrival. Let's say your guests are coming into Cairns midday or in the early afternoon. This is a nice one that you can slip into your itinerary on day one as a welcome to Cairns as well. Again, it operates all year round. Children only need to be at least 1.2 metres tall, so that's about 7 or 8 years old. And we see lots of multi-generational families on this product as well. So we see even some older guests, they all love it. So as long as you're in reasonably good health, then jet boating is a great option for you as well. Next slide, please. This might be a bit of a video of that product. We do have 2 14-seat jet boats in the fleet. What that does mean for series business or for small groups as well is we can take up to 28 guests out at one time, and we can have both the jet boats out there interacting with each other also. So that's a whole lot of fun. In Cairns, it's warm all year round, so you don't need ponchos, you don't need rain jackets. We have got locker facilities back at our base as well. So it's a really, really great option, again, as a year-round touring product. Next slide, please. The Cairns Adventure Group does do a full day tour up to the Daintree Rainforest as well to Cape Tribulation via Mossman Gorge. This is a really beautiful tour. It is one of those tours that does require a full day of the itinerary, but for a really good reason. It's a beautiful destination that we're going to, and we're stopping at lots of little places along the way. Next slide, please. So that full day trip to the Daintree Rainforest is going to have you stopping first of all at Mossman Gorge, where we're going to have a beautiful Indigenous experience with traditional owners. Again, that's in a small group setting, so lots of time for your guests to ask questions. There is opportunity to swim in that location, but we also just have guests that want to do sightseeing. Then we have to the Daintree River, which is what you can see on the slide, and that's where we do crocodile spotting and again have more time with guides in nature. Heading right up to Cape Tribulation, where the reef and the rainforest meet for lunch, and then heading back down to Cairns with stops at the Daintree Ice Creamery and also at the lookouts as well. So that's a really big, beautiful day. It's a really amazing day, and guests often report that they're so in awe of magic moments that happen during that tour all day. Next slide, please. If guests want to go out into experience rainforest and the different elements of living in Cairns, then one of the options that we do have is a shorter waterfall tour, which is actually on the waterfall circuit in the tablelands and south area of Cairns as well. So this is becoming increasingly popular with younger guests and families. Next slide, please. On this tour, we visit various different waterfall locations and beautiful river settings such as Babinda Boulders, Josephine Falls and Milla Falls, and you can see some of them on screen at the moment. They're amazing Instagram locations. They're absolutely stunning. Guests can go swimming in some of these destinations, but they don't need to. This tour also includes lunch. It includes a few different sites where we stop at some of the icons of the region, like the Curtin fig tree, which is a beautiful tree that sits 50 metres above the canopy. We also have an Indigenous guided element to this tour as well, again, where questions and engagement is really encouraged as well. So that's got a later start in the day. It's not as long as a Daintree tour. So if they're wanting something that's a bit short and sharp, then this is an option for guests as well. And next slide, please. And the final experience that I'm going to share with you today is Cairns River Cruises. So this tour operates from the Marlin Marina. Again, it operates in the same area that we've just shown you in jet boating. Next slide, please. But this is more for sightseeing and relaxed cruising. So we find this is great for small groups that might want a private charter, or for guests that are interested in bird watching or even crocodile spotting, because the inlet is actually home to some beautiful crocodiles as well. So this has got tours that operate a few times during the day, and then at sunset also. We have a sunset cruise every evening. And for those multi-generational families or small groups, as I said, private hire is available, and the team at TDU can help you with information on that as well. Next slide. I think that's it. So lots of things to fit into a small amount of time, but the team at TDU are very well equipped to share more information if you're interested. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki. That was wonderful, yeah, really. Thank you. Now I'm excited to introduce our next speaker, Brian of Sunlover Reef Cruises, who will be sharing more with us as we continue this journey through the cruising experience in Cairns. Brian, over to you.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I've got the graveyard shift, so I've got to have a lot of energy here so you can really enjoy it. So Sunlover's got 3 products now. We've got our More Reef Day cruise, we've got our Reef and Island cruise, and we've got our Fitzroy Island cruise as well. Next slide, please. So I'm going to run through each of those. Next slide, please. I'm going to run through each of those to give you a bit of an idea and a flavour of what they're all about. So now, first of all, our More Reef full day cruise that leaves from Cairns. That's what I call our signature product. That's the one that's been operating the longest since we took over the business in 2006. It gives you 4 hours on the pontoon, which we think is really the sweet spot. One of our competitors does 3 hours, one does 5 hours. We think one of those is too short and one of those is too long. So this boat leaves Cairns, as you can see there, 10:15, goes straight out to the pontoon where you have 4 hours out there. Next slide, please. So the other product is our Fitzroy Island full day tour. That leaves at 10:15, back at 4:30. Again, 4.5 hours, slightly longer on the island as well. There's a whole range of different whole range of different activities available on Fitzroy as well. Next slide. And our Reef and Island Day. So this is a little bit different. This operates, leaves at 8 o'clock. And it gets back at 4:30. What this does, this incorporates both More Reef and Fitzroy Island in the one day. So this boat leaves a bit earlier, as you can see, at 8 o'clock, goes out to the reef, spends 2.5 hours on the pontoon. After that, everybody leaves and it goes over to Fitzroy Island, where you have lunch on Fitzroy Island in the restaurant. You have another 2.5 hours to spend on the island, and then you're back to Cairns. Next slide, please. Right, the other product that we've got is a half-day product using our new helicopter partner, which is Zoom. Zoom is exclusive to Sunlover. They're a company that's been in existence for some time now, but they have partnered with Sunlover, and we're the only ones that are partnering with them. So what happens with the half day is that you, using our Reef and Island product, you can cruise out and fly back, or fly out and fly back. So what happens is you, for example, with the cruise out, you would go out on the boat at 8 o'clock, at approximately 12, spend 2.5 hours out on the pontoon. And then when the boat leaves to go to Fitzroy, you fly back to Cairns. So you're back at about 12:30, 1:45. Or you can fly out at leaving at approximately 8:30. And then fly back at approximately 12:30 as well. So you get 2 hours, 2.5 hours on the pontoon, and you're back by lunchtime. Next slide, please. So our fleet, these are our two of our longer serving vessels, the Tropic Sunbird and the Tropic Sunseeker. They are able to take more than 400 people, but on the pontoon, we only take about 300. So there's always plenty of room on these boats. And that's obviously if we were at capacity, which is rare anyway. Normally we're taking about 200 to 250 people on an average day throughout the year. Next slide, please. So we've also got the Sun Dancer, which is the boat that we use to go to and from Fitzroy. That can take up to 200. And the newest boat in our vessel, which is the, in our fleet, the newest vessel in our fleet, which is the Catalina. Next slide, please. There it is there. A bit like me, very sophisticated, sleek, long, beautiful lines. Next slide, please. You can see it's very, very well appointed inside. Obviously air conditioned, very comfortable. Next slide. It has a range of booth seating, seating with tables, individual seating, 4s, 2s, and so on. But very, very comfortable, very bright and airy, very good views as well. Next slide, please. All right, so to give you to expand a little bit on more Reef, as we've said, it's a full day. You can snorkel, you can dive, and you're out on the pontoon. Next slide. The beautiful thing about a pontoon, next slide, is that they're very, very stable. So if you've got clients who aren't the best sailors in the world, the beautiful thing is you're out on a pontoon, and once you get out there, it doesn't move, or there's very, very little movement in it. So if you're not feeling great, getting off the boat onto the pontoon is the best remedy for you. So there are your inclusions: the lycra suit, the water slide, glass bottom boat, semi-submersible. They're all included in the price. Next slide, please. The lunch is included. We have a small pool for children. We do fish feeding. We have an underwater observatory. Next slide. We also do optional activities. So you've got helmet diving. We do guided snorkel tours. We do scuba diving, both intro and certified. As I said earlier, we have an exclusive arrangement now with Zoom helicopters, so you can fly your clients out or fly them back, or do scenic flights when you're out there. Very, very popular with the Indian and Southeast Asia clients as well. And we have the photographers as well, which are above on the pontoon and also in the water, so you can capture some really, really fantastic mementos of the day. Next slide, please. So Fitzroy Island, just to expand on this a little bit more, you're leaving at 10:15, you're arriving at 11, 4.5 hours, leave at 3:30 and come back. We've changed the timings on this a little bit over the last 12, 18 months just to get it right. And we found that 4.5 hours on the island is about right. Next slide, thanks. So you've got three main options. You can have a buffet lunch, you can have a glass bottom boat, you can have snorkel gear. The buffet lunch is available on the days when the Reef and Island boat is on Fitzroy. Otherwise, we do a box lunch. Next option, please. Next slide, please. So these are the optional activities that are available. We have a visit to the turtle rehabilitation area. We do nature walks, kayak tours, rainforest walks, and guided snorkel tours as well on Fitzroy Island. Next slide, thanks. Right, and lastly, the Reef and Island. So this is the product that incorporates both the outer reef and Fitzroy Island. And this is one that I've been, that's fine. No, that's fine. You can go to that slide. Thank you. This is one that I've been promoting very heavily during my last visit to India and my last visit to Southeast Asia a few weeks ago. We think that it really suits those markets. It's a very fast moving day. It gives you a little bit of everything. So it's a very good contrast between the outer reef pontoon and an island. As you can see with the timings there, you're leaving at 8 o'clock, which is a little bit earlier than you might want. However, you're getting some really good experiences. So 2.5 hours on the pontoon. You can snorkel, you can use the glass bottom boat, you can do the semi, you can do a guided snorkel tour, you can do your helicopter scenic flight as well. And then at 12 o'clock, we take 45 minutes to go over to Fitzroy Island. Then we have lunch as soon as you arrive. The advantage with that is that you have lunch straight away, and then you have that time to spend on the island, leaving at 3:30 and back at 4:30. So it's well worth considering for your clients that don't necessarily want to spend 4 hours on the pontoon. 2.5 is going to be enough for them, and they're going to get a taste of the Moore Reef area, which incidentally is regarded as one of the better, if not the best, commercially available reefs on the whole of the Great Barrier Reef. I can assure anybody who's listening or watching this that none of your clients will be disappointed by the reef at Moore Reef. It's an absolutely outstanding ecosystem, not only with very strong, healthy coral, but also abundance of marine life as well. Next slide, thanks. So on the Reef and Island, what's included is the snorkel gear. We've got the water slide that's exclusive to Sunlover, a glass bottom boat, semi-submersible. Next slide, thanks. The small pool for children would do the fish feeding underwater observatory. Next slide. And the optional activities as well. So the helmet diving, guided snorkel tours, the scenic flights, and the photography packages. Next slide, thanks. So there's your time moving over to Fitzroy. So it only takes 45 minutes. You're there before you know it. Next slide. So on Fitzroy Island, we definitely have a buffet lunch. You have that as soon as you arrive. It's a beautiful location. It's inside the resort restaurant. It's exclusive to Sunlover. Even guests who are staying on Fitzroy Island don't get access to this buffet lunch. It's only for the Sunlover passengers from Reef and Island. There's beach walks available, self-guided walks, and the snorkel gear is available as well. Right, and optional, we do the nature walks, rainforest walks. We've got the kayak tours, and we can arrange a visit to the turtle rehabilitation area as well. Next slide. And then you travel back from Fitzroy back to Cairns, arriving back at 4:30. Time to have a shower, relax, and get out for dinner. So it's a fantastic day. Just in terms of Sunlover and our sustainability, we're eco-certified. We're also a marine wildlife protection. We're involved with the Master Reef Guides and Eye on the Reef. We're also developed a whole range of educational programs now, which I haven't put into the slide because otherwise that would take far too long. But certainly contact us if you have any educational requirements, school groups, that type of thing. We run really, really good programs for children of all ages. Next slide. I think that's me. Thank you very much for your support. We look forward to welcoming your guests on our cruises and experiencing the ultimate barrier reef. That's from me and the Sunlover team. Goodbye, and thanks very much for your attention.
Thank you, Brian. That was awesome. Okay, up next, Turtle Down Under. Can we have the next slide, please? So yeah, like you all know, Turtle Down Under, we're a premier Australia and New Zealand inbound tour operator with over 10 plus years of proven record and expertise in group travel, series departures, MICE, FIT. We do have some amazing and exclusive hotel deals and special events. So please feel free to write to us to avail all these great benefits that we've put forth for you. Moving on. Yeah, so why Turtle Down Under? Yeah, we're operating in multiple countries. We've got a 24/7 concierge support system, 10 years of existence in our markets, exclusive hotel deals, some award-winning services. We've got meet and greet at aircraft doors and departure lounges, which we take real pride in. Fixed FIT tour packages. I think we've got a plethora of options. If you happen to go on our website, turtledownunder.com.au, you'll see the range of itineraries and products that we've put forth. And yeah, also the TDU specials and add-ons. So this is an itinerary that we've created in keeping with the theme for today. It's a 4-day, 3 nights itinerary of Cairns. Yeah, so on day 1, typically when we arrive, we transfer to your hotel and check in, and the afternoon is free for leisure to explore the beautiful city on your own. The next day, we actually cover the rainforest items and culture. So take a full day tour of the Skyrail Rainforest, travel connecting to the Rainforest Station Nature Park. And then, experience some life-changing experiences along the way, wildlife, cultural experiences, returning via Kuranda Scenic Railway. Next slide. Yeah, so day 3, we've got it. Day 3 is at the Outer Great Barrier Reef cruise. The full day at the cruise with Sunlover Cruises, which Brian just shared a few minutes ago. This includes snorkeling and marine activities. The next day is typically a morning filled with adventure activities, beach rafting or canyoning, before we depart in the evening. Now, this is just a sample product that we've created over years. There's more. We can actually elevate the whole experience. We can add more so that the average length of stay or the time that you can spend in the region is much more. So if you need all that help, please feel free to reach out to us or visit our website where we've got that information loaded for you. Next slide. So yeah, partner with TDU for all these important assets. We've also got on screen the places where we are based. We've got our head office in Melbourne, but we're in New Zealand, India, Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore. The contact details are mentioned on your screen. We'll be also sharing a copy of this deck for you to then note down and reach out to us. Next slide. Yeah, this is some of the key contacts that we have pan-India. If you had to ever reach out to us for any information, any clarification or doubts, any product support that you need, take a picture or you will be getting the presentation deck nonetheless, where you can download all this information from. Just like to call upon for groups, especially if you've got a group inquiry, feel free to email us on the contacts and the email ID shown on screen. Yeah. Okay, that was the end of the presentation. Thank you so much to our speakers. We'll now quickly move on to the Q&A side of this before we wrap up. So just give me a moment and I will pull out some of the questions that we've been asked here by the audience. I know a couple of them have been answered, but I will just ask our speakers to even share that again with the wider audience who's probably not seen the answers. I'm just going to call out the questions and I'd request the panelists to just come forth and answer them for us. This one I'm picking up, which is quite interesting. It's how is Cairns balancing tourism growth with environmental sustainability, especially considering its proximity to the Great Barrier Reef?
Sam?
Yep. And yes, we promote the responsible and eco certificated tourism operators. So like our partners here, and who follow strict environmental guidelines. So many, for example, many Great Barrier Reef cruise companies, including Thunderbird Cruises, of course, work closely with marine biologists and local conservation groups to monitor reef health and educate visitors on how to protect this World Heritage Site. So as last slide of Brian mentioned, so that's quite a few research and conservation programs here. And also when you book the reef cruise, in the fee, there's a charge called environmental management charge. So we call EMC. So it's a small fee, but that's actually help us to do the activities such as research and protect, manage the Great Barrier Reef. And so more people you send, more customers you send, actually helping us to protect the Great Barrier Reef. And not only the Great Barrier Reef, so Cairns also offers about approximately 200 eco certificate tours. So eco certificate is the Australian nationwide program, and the tours and facilities and experiences, so many of them making it the leading destination for the sustainable tourism in Australia. So we are the biggest region to have certificated tours in Australia. And of course, today's presenter, so Ben's product, Nikki's product, and Nelda's product is all eco certificated products. So I hope this answered the question.
I think too, just jumping in there, Sam, as well, adding to that, our region has, I believe, the most eco-certified operators than anywhere else in Australia. So we really are recognised as a destination that is leading the way in sustainability. You know, as Sam said, all of the operators across this panel tonight have eco certification on different levels, and I think we all have different eco initiatives in place around sustainability. You know, for us, the electric vehicles, as I said, you know, there's a whole range of initiatives that all of us operators are leading the way with in tropical North Queensland.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Ben. The next one that I've got on the screen, and I know Nilita's already answered that, but it'd be great if you could just call that out loud again. So are there any adventure activities also available at Red Peak or Banff Falls?
Sure, that's a good question. And look, I think exactly to Ben and Sam's point, being that it is a World Heritage listed environment, our owners take our protection and preservation of that rainforest very seriously. So as such, we don't operate any adventurous activities, but we do very much operate at Red Peak, our ranger guided tours. So you can see the beautiful boardwalk actually in the picture behind me. So we have these stunning, beautiful boardwalks that have been designed to be able to get customers to the forest floor without having an impact. So it really is honestly nature-based tourism up close and personal. Now at Barron Falls, we do have again a series of lookouts. At Barron Falls, it's completely self-paced. So they hop off, spend as long as they like. And then when they're ready, obviously hop back onto the gondolas and head back on their adventure, either continuing to Red Peak or off to Kuranda. So no, whilst we don't operate adventure activities as such, and I guess reason being is that we obviously do have that protection and preservation of that rainforest environment in play.
The other thing, can I just jump in here as well? The other thing is that, you know, the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority is probably, it's held up as one of the best managed marine environments in the world. And although I think it's fair to say that all natural environments are under stress to one degree or another around the world, I think that it's also, I think it's fair to say that, you know, the restrictions and the rules and the regulations about what can and can't be done by tourism operators and recreational users of the Great Barrier Reef means that it's really being preserved for future generations. And as I said, it's world renowned as one of the best managed marine environments in the world.
Thank you, Ben. Ben, I know you've answered this one, but it would be great if you could just explain and elaborate a bit more. So Nidhi asked, there were glass roof vehicles shown in the slide. So could you just explain which tours are they available?
Yes, I said in the chat that that glass roof vehicle is our brand new Volkswagen ID Buzz. So it's a 100% electric vehicle that we've just introduced and just launched for our private exclusive tours. So this is really that small group touring for up to 6 people. You know, particularly suitable for that more high end of the market. Look, you know, families and couples. So this touring, as I said, just launched, covering a number of different itineraries to the main destinations around the region: Kuranda, Cape Tribulation, and the Daintree, the Tablelands. But also we can do tailor-made itineraries on this vehicle as well.
Thank you, Ben. The next question is on Daintree Rainforest. So feel free to answer. I think Nikki, perhaps, or Sam, maybe. How do you incorporate the Daintree Rainforest experience in a 3-night itinerary? Would it be really very compact, leaving very little room? And if you had to suggest a 2-day activity at the Daintree Rainforest, what would that look like?
I'm happy to kick off, but it is probably one for Sam as well. This destination has so much to offer, so many amazing experiences, which is why we think 2 nights is sometimes very limited for a destination like Cairns. Really wanting to be in that 3 or 4 night space is a really nice place to be, because it is really one full day, obviously, if you're going up to the Daintree. When you're up in the Daintree, actually, with the Cairns Adventure Group, now we actually have an overnight product as well for those that are interested. It's only a new release, so I'll need to share some more information with Turtle Down Under as well, but that includes things like the treetop zip lining. It's up in the Daintree, a tour out to the Reef with Ocean Safari, to the shorter tour, etc. So that depending on the amount of time that guests have in the destination, we can obviously build that out into really amazing experiences as well. And for FIT guests, that's really where we'd love to see things headed, that additional night in the destination as well. Sam, you might have some more information to share more broadly about Daintree as well, though.
Yeah, I think as Nikki mentioned, the best choice is join the Cairns Adventure Group 2 days tour. That's a perfect. But also, the thinking, considering to stay in the Port Douglas. So if you stay in the Port Douglas, it's reaching to the Daintree and also Cape Tribulation area is quite close. And in the Port Douglas, there are beautiful beach, and also you can do the you can visit the Ben's facility. So there's a lot of different activities if you stay in Port Douglas.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Nikki. What's the best time for stargazing experience in Cairns? And there's another question that Nidhi has sent. Is a hot air balloon activity a seasonal one or a year-round activity?
Yes, yeah, hot air ballooning. So ballooning is actually taking off at a place called Mariba, which is 1 hour north of Cairns and 1 hour west of Cairns past Kuranda. And that's kind of like a dry area. So they have like more than 300 sunny days in a year. So sometimes if Cairns City is raining, but Mariba have a sunshine. So their operating rate is quite high. So for the ballooning, there's always, as I said, so more than 300 days operation. So any time of the year would be fine for the ballooning.
I think, yeah, that's typically the end of our Q&A sessions. In case if we've missed anything, do let us know. But yeah, I'd just like to thank each one of you, our expert speakers and our trade partners for joining us today. That really is the end of our webinar. A big shout out again to our incredible speakers for their time, their insights, the well-planned presentation slides. Thank you so much. for tuning in. And I truly hope our partners have found this session informative and engaging. So as mentioned earlier, I'll say that again, that the recording of the webinar will be sent along with the questions to you. If you need any kind of supporting resources or assets, please feel free to reach out to us so that we can connect you with the speakers here. And there is, like I mentioned earlier, that we've got a whole lot of itineraries and products for you to make good use of. So feel free to reach out to us. And thank you so much again. Take care. See you soon.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye. Thanks. It's just you and me, Ben. Bye.